Right, good morning, lovely sevens. This is the first time I've ever done an online lesson, so I hope that this goes okay. To start with, you guys have all been really wonderful. It's been nice to get to teach all of you New Year sevens, and yeah, you've been so good at show my homework, and I've just been really happy with how you guys have done. It's been easy to mark. You've been easy to chat to and stuff over the show my homework. So please keep up the good work. Right. So today's lesson we are actually going to be dealing with triangles. But to start with, I've got to actually talk about regular angles with you first. Now you're going to be probably pretty good at this already. I'd have guessed. And here we go. I've got a little picture here that I've made for you so you can have a look. Now, to start with, if we look at SpongeBob here, he's pointed to the right, right? Now, if you grab him here, give him a spin around, whoop, upside down and all the way around, boom, we get back to where we started. Now, if you go all the way around, I think you know already what the answer to this is going to be, but how many degrees is it to go full circle? If you start pointing to the right, all the way around, end up pointing to the right, well, I think you guys might already know that the answer is 360 degrees. Now that's dead right. It's a bit of a funny number, 360, because, it's the whole all the way around. Why would you choose a weird number like 360? It's actually kind of interesting. It's way back to the Babylonians, thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of years ago. They used to look up at the sun and they would see how the sun went around the sky. And they had a look and they decided that it took about 360 days and nights before the sun ended up at the same place in the sky. Now, we know actually it's 365.25 for a year when the sun would return to the same spot in the sky if you were stood on the earth looking at it. But that's pretty neat. I think that is why they've got this 360 from in terms of the total degrees. But for us, it's not really super important where it comes from. It's just how many degrees. Yeah, we just have to know about the degrees. So if it's 360 degrees all the way around, how much would it be to get, well, a quarter of the way around? So right up and down. How many degrees would that be? Well, if you ever think about it, if it's 360 divided by 4, well, half to 180, half again to 90. So you guys probably already knew that, but that's 90 degrees there. Well, that means then, if you go a little bit further, so all the way, so you're pointed in the wrong way. So he started off pointed right, now he's pointed left. Well, if it was 90 to get this far, if it was 90 to get all the way from there, all the way to, to get all the way from there, all the way to there was 90. That means for us to get halfway around the whole circle, boom, we're going to have 180 degrees, which is really, really cool too. Now, if each thing is then going to be 90 degrees, you're going to get 270 to get to the bottom there, and then, again, and then 360 to get all the way back to the start. Now, that's basically the main things that you need to know just about angles. So hopefully you kind of realize where angles come from and why 360 is not just a weird, strange number that it's based on. It's actually based on thousands of years ago. They thought that the Earth went around the sun around 360 days, which is a pretty good guess for thousands and thousands of years ago. Now, the main thing for today's lesson though, is this. We're not actually too big worried about angles. We're going to be doing triangles. Before I move on, I said it was the Babylonians who did this. They've got a super cool number system. Here it is just here. You don't have to know anything about this. I just think it's neat. They actually work in what's called base 60. So they have a different number from 1 all the way to 59, and then it repeats itself on 60, and they go through the numbers again. So for them, 360 degrees was doubly good because it's 6 lots of the way through their number system, which is kind of neat too. But anyway, that's not important. Here we go. What I'm going to get you guys to do today is a poster project, and we're going to figure out, the number of degrees in a triangle, but also more importantly, why. So here we go. I think you'll know this as well, but let's see. How many degrees do you think are in a triangle? 3, 2, 1. Boom. If you said 180, you are dead right. There's 180 degrees in a triangle. Now, I think you know that already from primary school, but today we're going to prove why. Now, here's your instructions for today's activity. What you're going to need is you're going to need a piece of paper, probably a couple of pieces of paper, and step 1 is going to be just like this person is doing here. fold it right in half so that the edges line up, so it's nicely creased and folded in half. Now what you're going to do after that is, I'm just going to start with an acute triangle, and what you're going to do after that is, on the edge of the paper, draw yourself just an acute triangle. So use this flat bit here, where not where the crease is, but the other side, and just cut out any old acute triangle. So an acute triangle is one that has all of the angles less than 90 degrees. So cut out any acute triangle, and then that way, automatically, you get 2, because the paper's folded in half. Boom, super clever, very good, eh? Now, as soon as that's done, here's our acute triangles. What you're going to do is you're going to color the 2 triangles so they match. So if you see this top left one here is colored green, you color this green too on this triangle, the matching corner of this triangle. Same deal on the blue, and same deal on the red. Now this is where it gets a bit strange, because we're still trying to figure out why would there be 180 degrees in a triangle, and all we've done so far is make triangles. Now, it's going to seem weird, but we're going to have to do this anyway. It's going to be amazing. Protect one of your triangles, so just put one of them aside just for now, and on the other one, unfortunately, that triangle is about to die. So let's do it. It's going to be very cool. Here's what you're going to do. With your scissors, you're going to go, and you're going to grab your scissors, and you're going to go along one of your triangles here, and you're going to go cut a corner off. Make sure that you've got the red showing, but also some white as well. So don't cut it here, because then you won't know which corner you're on about. So cut it just a little bit above the red, so there's some white showing. Same deal again, get your scissors out, snappy, snip, 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 and that's off, and snip, 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 and now that's off too. And then now what you've got is you can put this middle section away, just put that in the recycling, we don't need it anymore. And you've got these 3 points, 1, 2, 3. And so you just got these 3 corners that you've cut off, and you've still got one triangle that's not damaged yet. Now here is the important, cool thing about it. What I want you to do is I want you to have a little look at these points, and where the points are, which is just like there, line that purple dot up with that purple dot, up with that purple dot, and put them so all of the purple dots are touching together. Now if you've done that right, you should get something that looks like that. Okay, so this is where the purple dot would be on this one. So the purple dot would be just there, because there's all 3 points coming together on the purple dot. Now actually, believe it or not, you have just proved that there's 180 degrees in a triangle. So that is a fantastic result you've just proved. Now here's why. Can you see that when you put the 3 colors together, that the line underneath them, so not the jaggy bit that you cut, but the line underneath them actually makes a perfectly straight line. So it's just like with SpongeBob, when he was pointed to the right, it was like 0 degrees, but when he points exactly the straight line but the other way, it's 180 degrees. So if you go back to here again, it's like we started off, pointed to the right this way, and then we've ended up going all the way around, and then pointed that way. So we've actually done it 180 degrees. Since the 3 corners together, the 3 points together, when you put them together, make a straight line, and since there's 180 degrees in a straight line, that means that there's 180 degrees in the 3 points of the triangle. Okay, now because that's going to be the main question I'm going to ask you in the poster you're going to make, I'll say it one more time. Since when you put the points together on the triangle, the 3 points come together and they make a straight line along the bottom, since that's what happens, and there's 180 degrees in a straight line, it must mean that there was 180 degrees altogether in the 3 points of the triangle, which is the most important thing of today's lesson. Now, you guys might be thinking, oh, but does it work for every triangle? Well, actually, I bet nobody was thinking that, but maybe some of you might have been thinking that. Well, here's what we're going to do. Let's find out. Well, you'd be happy to hear there only really is 3 types of triangle. Yeah, there's actually, you might be thinking, oh, there's more than three, because there's things like a scalene triangle, and an isosceles triangle, and a right angle triangle, and an equilateral triangle, and an obtuse triangle, and oh my word, yeah, way more than three. But actually, there's three ways of saying triangles' names with angles. There's only three ways of saying it with angles, and three ways of saying it with side length. So the three angle ways of saying it are going to be just like this here. Well, these guys here, can you notice that all of the angles are less than 90? Anyone remember what that kind of triangle is called, lovelies? Well, good work if you did remember. These are called acute triangles. They're acute if all of the angles inside are less than 90. Now, this one here, we have two acute angles in it. We got one really big angle, one angle that's more than 90 degrees. Well, these guys here, this angle with more than 90 degrees, they're called obtuse triangles. Obtuse triangles. And then these guys here, where you've got the corner that goes straight up and down, so you got perpendicular, it goes horizontal then vertical, or they're just perpendicular. Well, you guys know about them already, I think. You're going to have this there and this there. They call those right angle triangles. So this is a right angle triangle, or just a right triangle. So those are the three types of triangles that we're going to do. Now, for us to prove then that every triangle is going to have 180 degrees in it, it's not enough just to do it once, but if you can show it works for all these three different types of triangles, then you've shown it works no matter what. So here's what you're going to do. Start off with coloring each edge just like that. So same deal as before on your paper, cutting it out, making a brand new acute triangle. There they are. So there you go. There's the green matching with the green. This one here can be yellow matching with yellow. And there you go, yellow with yellow. And the final one is going to be blue with blue. And there we have it. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Now, same deal as before. What you're going to do is you're going to leave this one safe. So this one is the happy one because it's left safe. It's not going to be cut to bits. But this poor guy here, oh, this is the sad one, by golly. We are going to be wrecking him. And here's what you're going to do. Grab your scissors and go cut that off, cut that off, cut that off, and then put them all together. Should look just like this here. Should look just like that when you're done, when you put them all together. And it should still make 180. So see if it does. Then move on to the obtuse one. And you cut those corners off. So again, like match that up with that and match that up with that. Keep this one safe. Keep this one not safe. And you're going to cut them out. So, and then and there as well. And when you get all finished with that, see if they make 180. When you finish that, you've done 2 out of 3 types of triangles. Same deal here on the last triangle. Leave this one be, and this is going to be the sad one that gets absolutely ravaged. And when that's all done, you'll see if they all make 180 degrees in a line. After that, you're going to just make a nice poster for me. One with the triangle intact, and then its damaged friend right next to it. So it'll look a bit like this one did, that the nice left alone triangle's there. And so is the cut up triangle next to it, all stuck down, all glued in, 180 degrees on it. Then do the same for this one, then do the same for this one. And then when you're all the way finished, you're just going to say a sentence or two that says why there's 180 degrees in every single triangle. When the reason is, because since you've done every type of triangle that there is, you've done the experiment on, and since when they all go together, they make a straight line, there's 180 in a straight line, which means that the angles of the triangle have to equal 180 as well. So really good work, lovelies. It's been really nice. Shout out to 7 CLS. Nice to teach you again, and lovely to have met all of you other lovely 7s who are doing all that wonderful hard work for me on Show My Homework. So keep up the really good work, and I'll see you for the next lesson. Bye, buddies.